Everybody, listen carefully. I'm fired up. I'm ready to fly. I'm new in this business because let's get back to basics. Because we miss so much because we are focusing not on the basics. We need to remember the basics. We mustn't complicate things because that can distract us from the basics. Use the tools, but keep it simple because you must also be able to duplicate the business. So keep it simple. Success isn't built on hype. It's built on foundations. Back to basics. There's a lot of hype, a lot of excitement, and the excitement is great, but always get back to the basics. Remember, in new life, we all start as distributors. So we take steps. This is part of the marketing plan, part of how things work and progress and so on. I'll talk more about this as we continue. But how do you get to the president's team? How do you get to the top? Let's start there. You must follow the 4 basic steps. Some people make it 3, but I like to keep it to 4. And I will show you the basic steps and quickly recap on some things we've done in training the past few weeks. Just recap on some of them, but I want to emphasize the basics. First, use the products. When you register, start to use the products. Why? Because you save money. You buy the discount to start with, and like the clinic products, if you use it correctly, you will save money. Education and support, it's there for you. That's why Monday night training is so important. That's why I'm excited about the trainings. We must use the trainings, learn so we can grow, and then share the business opportunity. That's where you start earning bonuses. These 3 steps, I think, are the most important. This is where focus must be. You must use the products, learn how to use the products, what it's used for, the benefits, etc. But also talk to people so they register. And what do? They do exactly what you do. Use products, save money, get education, get support, and they share with more people. The 4th step, where people are not interested in registering, you share the products with them and you can earn a profit, but that also can help you earn a bonus also. But let's get into it. Let's really get into this. Save money. Let me show you. You register, you buy the discount, and you save money. That's firstly how you save money. You buy the discount. Yeah, this is in South Africa, but the principle is the same in any country. I went to one of the biggest supermarkets here. I took these 9 products and I looked at the prices in South Africa. Now these bottles will give you not even 6 liters of cleaning products. Not even 6. Look at the price. Almost 500 Rand. Now you can work this out in your country as well, and you'll be amazed and perhaps shocked even. Now if you look here, if you take 2 of our products, I use for generic purposes Super Clean, which is Super 10, and liquid soap is LDC. But if you look there, those 2 equivalent strength to replace those 9 products will cost you only 205 Rand versus almost 500 Rand. So you see it's close to a 300 Rand saving. Less than half the price. So why pay more? Why not buy from your own business? It's so important. Buy from your own business. And if you look at the bottom one there about Dettol, equivalent product, scientifically tested, got SABS seal on it, about a fifth of the price, if not less. Okay? So why buy expensive stuff in the shops? Save money. This is one of the essential basic steps of the business. And you must teach your people in your team to do the same. Because it's wise, it makes sense. And if you start looking at, for example, the CalMag, I have got a comparison here, but the CalMag, I mean, if you compare how much is absorbed from the CalMag versus the stuff in the shops, you'll find that the CalMac is up to 5-6 times cheaper. If you work it out per milligram calcium your body actually gets from a pill. So, teach people not to waste money. You yourself, start with yourself. Throw out those toxic cleaning products and save money. This is very important. Step 1. Start with this. Don't fool yourself by buying the broke products in the shops. You're fooling yourself. You're wasting money. Second step. This is back to basics. It's a simple opportunity. There's a proven path that will lead you to a better future. But you have to invite someone to look. Okay. For that, obviously, you need training. You need support to get into this. But now, let's go to this. Education and support. Speak to your upline. Attend trainings. There are many Zooms going on, many meetings, live meetings as well. Do not miss those meetings. You'll be surprised how much it motivates you and how much you learn from them. Okay? We all share great news, bargains, specials, exciting things. I mean, here in the shop, we saw the special for a pocket of potatoes. We immediately, while in the shop, we contacted some people and said, do you want some potatoes? At a discount, it's cheap. And what happened? The people responded. And some said they wanted some said they can buy themselves. Point is, we talk to people. And you must make a list and start with a names list, and then every day, say I'm contacting 5 people per day and following them up. But talk to people. First of all, share the business, because that helps you create a turnover and a bigger turnover on which you'll earn a bonus. And this is so essential for your business. If you're not sharing this opportunity, your business will not grow. That's why we get back to basics. I mean, if you help 5 people, for example, buy them to shop at a discount, how do you do that? You talk to people. How do you do that? You invite them. We're going to talk a bit more about it as we go on now. Okay? Introduce people to the opportunity. The 3-step system. It's focused on exposure, follow-up, and duplication. 1. Invite people. Create exposure. The first step is simply inviting people to look at the idea. The goal is not to explain everything. And that's one of the mistakes people make. It is only to expose people to the concept. In other words, you invite people, you ask them a question. I'm going to talk more about that a little bit from now. Typical process. Contact people you know or you meet along the way. Ask them if they're open to look at an additional income idea or concept. And set a time for them to see the presentation. Okay? The key mindset is you are not trying to convince people. And that's a big mistake. We try to convince people and we appear desperate. Don't. You want to find people who are open to look at the opportunity. That's what you want. 2. Show the presentation or the more information, in other words. Once someone agrees to look, show them a simple, clear presentation. This could be a short video via WhatsApp or YouTube or Telegram, for example. It can be a Zoom call. It can be a live presentation, like a home meeting. Okay, it can be a short overview meeting. We call it a QI, qualifying interview. But show something about the business. Now, I will just clarify here. You can first do an interview or send them a short video to make them curious. And after that, you invite them to a bigger presentation, a business presentation. That's one route. Or, if they're interested, you can invite them straight to a meeting as well. It depends on your situation. But the point is, the first question is to get them curious. Okay. The presentation should answer 3 basic questions. What's the concept? How does it create income? How can someone get started? Now, fortunately for you, your uplines have already created opportunities where you can introduce people or invite people to it and they do this talk for you. But here's an important thing. The quicker you learn how to do these things, the faster your business will grow. So get your upline to do it, but be present. Whether it's via Zoom or an interview or a WhatsApp video call, whatever method, the point is be present so you learn. Okay? Follow up then. After you've spoken to the person or invited the person, he's seen the meeting or been to an interview, follow up and duplicate. Okay? Simple questions like, what did you like most about what you saw? I'm not so keen on the next one, what questions do you have? That's not so keen on that much. That's a suggestion some people use, but I'm not too keen on that one. Or, can you see yourself exploring something like this because it can improve your future? Put a positive ring to it. Try and avoid something like, what do you think about it? Because then the person can have negative points. Stay away from that type of possibility. Ask, what did you like most about what you saw? Or how do you see yourself about doing the opportunity and changing your future? Use positiveness. If they are interested, help them repeat the same 3 steps with their own contacts. And here, if you're in a business, if you're brand new, this applies to you as well. Invite people, show them the opportunity, follow up, and teach them to do the same. Keep it simple. And that's how your team will grow. Why does the system work? It works because it is simple enough for anyone to duplicate. Large teams grow when every person knows how to invite people to look, how to show the presentation, and follow up and help them to do the same. 3 steps. Keep it simple. How do you share this opportunity? Like I said, keep it simple. Now, you can have questions that create curiosity when you meet people or when you contact the person the first time. You can use these questions also to convert them into an invite. Now, I'm going to run through them very quickly because we have done a talk on how to invite people in the previous trainings. So I'm not going to spend too much time on this, but we'll share the recording so that way you can see these questions again. 1. Out of curiosity, John, if you could create an additional income stream, what would you want it to do for you? Okay, curiosity. What do you want it to do for you? Maybe I want to be able to buy a new car or whatever. But you try to get it out of them. Make them think. Okay? If you got extra money, what are you going to do with it? That type of concept. Have you ever looked at ways to earn something alongside what you're already doing? Some people are so much in a rut, they have not done this yet. You try to get them curious. If you had an extra 5,000 or 10,000 rand a month, what difference would that make for you? A lot of people have stopped dreaming. Get them dreaming again. Now these are questions you can throw in at the first contact, just to see if they're curious. Do you think it's becoming more important these days to have more than one income stream? Those are just questions, okay, some more. If something didn't interfere with your current work, would you at least be open to looking at it? You see, you're trying to see if they're curious, to see if they're interested. Have you ever come across a business model where people help others and create an income at the same time? Because most businesses out there, by the way, people trample each other, trample to get to the top. Here we help each other. You know your friends. You know some of the people who like to help other people. This is the type of question you can ask them. If there was a simple way to build something part-time, would you prefer that or a traditional side job? Or what do you think most people struggle with today? Time, money, opportunities. Now that's a nice one to get people complaining. And once they complain, they've thrown out the bait for you. Okay? Number 9. If someone showed you a way to build something gradually, would you rather evaluate it yourself or not look at it at all? And 10. Would you be open to look at an idea first and then decide if it's for you? You can change any of these. If the person's like this last one, if the person says, yes, I'll be open, you can say, I've got something for you, I'll get back to you. You can immediately change that into an invite, for example, if you want to. But we must talk to people. Talk to people. Ask a simple question. The goal of the call is only this sentence. Would you be open to having a look? And this is where people make the mistake. When you want to invite people, remember the questions I gave you just now. You can turn them into an invite. But please, do not explain the business. You basically want to know if they're open to taking a look. That's all you want to do. Here's an example. Hi, my name is, hi, is this John? My name is Peter. I know this is a bit out of the blue, so I'll be quick. Now, this is the cold script, for example. If you phone somebody you don't know, maybe a person from a downline, okay? I'm currently expanding a project where we help a few people develop an additional income stream alongside what they're already doing. Maybe you'd be open to something like that. But if I could show you the idea in about 15 minutes, okay, you can make this shorter, but you get the idea. You want to see if the person is open to take a look. A friend, you talk to a friend, I thought of you. Example, hi John, I came across something interesting on how to create an extra stream of income, and I immediately thought of you. Could I show it to you and get your opinion? Or another one, to a friend. Example, I'm evaluating a business idea that creates an additional income stream, and I value your opinion. Would you mind taking a quick look and telling me what you think? I think Barbara said she had something similar like this to somebody that she got, the person joined. Okay? But sometimes people like to feel important. If you say, I value your opinion. Okay, another one. Hi John, I have a slightly unusual favor to ask. I'm learning how to present a new financial concept that creates an additional income stream. I need someone to practice on. Okay? You're someone I trust. So I wondered if you'd be willing to let me show it to you and give me honest feedback. It will really help me improve. Okay? This is also non-threatening. Because the person won't feel like trying to sell him something. Okay? I want to quickly go past these scripts because you've done this before. Another one. I'm working on a project that helps people create an additional income stream. It may not be for you, and that's perfectly fine, but would you be open to take a quick look? Obviously, rephrase this in your own words, so it sounds natural for you. Now, please, all successful invitations end with, would you be open to having a look? Now, be careful. Not, would you like to join us? Or do you want to do this? No. Would be open to having a look because that feels safe. Okay? You know all these people, telephone marketers, they keep on, you can hardly get a chance to say anything. You don't want to be like that. Okay? One more tip from leaders. They often say, I don't know if it's for you yet. That gives the idea that you're selective and not desperate. Okay? You don't have to use this phrase, but that's an idea, okay? Mistakes to avoid. I'm guilty here sometimes myself. Explaining too much. When you talk to the person to arrange him or her to watch a meeting, a Zoom, or be ready for an interview, do not explain much over the phone. You basically just want to invite, set a time, and say, I can show you later. That's it. Don't try to explain the business over the phone. It doesn't work. Okay, it just confuses people. Do not mention products or new life or details too soon. You want the person to first see the business model, the opportunity. Because I remember, I still get people like that. The moment you start mentioning products or new life or something like that, immediately they say no, or they start Googling and they start, or they know somebody else. You know type of story. My cousins, brothers, nephews, mothers, daughters, whatever, she tried it and it didn't work for her, so it's not going to work for me. Okay? You want to avoid those things. So keep it simple. When people hear too many details, they start evaluating before they understand. That happened to us. When Chris and Barbara told about this opportunity to us the first time, they gave us the name of the company, we said, not interested. It took them 2 years. Hey, you wasted 2 years of your lives, Chris and Barbara. It's your fault.
Herman, I'm not responsible for your limited intellectual capacity.
Ah, shame. It's everything of your downline, eh? But people, really, if you give too much detail, the person might have a preconceived idea, and that might just make you say no. Okay? Top leaders focus only on, I like to show you an idea that creates an additional income stream. In other words, curiosity first, details later. Please, keep it simple. Stay with the basics. So, up to now, all I said was, create curiosity so the person will take a look. Don't explain. The look can be an interview, it can be a Zoom presentation, doesn't matter. There are different ways of doing that part, but the first part, just get curiosity. Okay, another mistake. Don't sound desperate. Never use the word, please have a look. Okay? Rather say, I'm looking for a few open-minded people. Don't say, please have a look. Because you sound desperate. Okay? If someone sounds like they really need people to join, prospects feel pressure. Confidence, enthusiasm works better here. Okay? Talking too long. Invitations should be 30 to 60 seconds. That's it. Short and clear. Don't tell them the whole story. Again, keep it short. Don't try to convince people because you're so desperate. Remember, your invitation is just to invite. In other words, some will be interested, some won't, and that's fine. Don't panic about that. There are millions of people in the world. Mistakes to avoid. Asking the wrong question. If you want to ask a question like, do you want to do a business? Most people say no immediately. Because most people say, I'm not a businessman or woman. Okay? So immediately they say no. It's rather, would you be open to having a look? Not using curiosity. Curate the curiosity. Don't reveal a lot of stuff. Okay? Example of a mistake. It's a network marketing health business. No. Don't start with that sentence because a lot of people have heard some sad stories from other people. So no. It's better if you say, I'm working on a project that creates an additional income stream. Are you open to look? Okay? And then don't take rejection personally. Even the best network marketers hear many no's. The only difference is they've heard more no's than you, most probably. That's why they're successful. They simply keep on and keep on inviting. Now here's a challenge. There is an opportunity Zoom this week on Wednesday. The one I'm doing, for example, is South Africa 8 o'clock, which is now UK 6 o'clock, Ghana 6 o'clock, Tanzania, Kenya will be 9 o'clock. Okay, some of the countries that I can remember now. So my challenge, invite people to this Zoom, but follow the basic steps. Hello John, I see an exciting opportunity of earning extra income. Are you open to take a look? He or she says yes. You say, okay, great, I'll come back to you. And then an hour or two later or the next day, you say, listen here, I've got great news for you. There is a Zoom meeting where they'll explain this. You can just watch the Zoom, no pressure, just watch the Zoom. And you give them the information. It's the same link as tonight, by the way. Same link. Okay? My challenge, invite people until you get 3 that are committed to attend. You might have to invite 5 or 10 people before you get 3. Might even to invite 20 even. But do that. Do the basics. Because if you don't invite people to this opportunity, you're not going to build a business. Keep to the basics. Now, if you help 5 people and they help more people, what's happening? More people are using products. That's, remember, the first step. Use the products at the discount. What happens? Turnover increases. What happens? You start earning bonuses. And the bigger the turnover, the bigger your bonus will be. Remember? And you can earn profit or bonus on their turnover as well. Okay. But now, take note what happens now. Some people say, no, thank you. They're not interested in bettering their lives. I feel sorry for them. If they don't want to improve their lives, that's their problem. Okay? That's the attitude you must have. You are offering them something. You want to share something exciting with them. And if they don't want to listen, it's let's be honest, it's their stupidity there. Put it blunt. Let's be frank. Okay, not Frank Adams. Okay. Those people you share products with. Now here I've drawn out a structure of some people that have already registered. Now what happens now, you talk to people who didn't want to register, okay, and you find a few customers. And that way your turnover increases. And your downlines do the same. And they get customers. And your turnover increases even more. I just want to add something. I don't think I've got it on this slide. That's not this slide, but in any case, what I want to add is that here, this guy here on the left-hand side top, for example, he might have joined 5 or 10 years after you. But if he works smarter than you, he can actually earn more than you, which is fair. It's part of the marketing plan. The person working smarter and harder will make the money. And that is fair. Okay? Let's explain the earning part. 1, you save money as you buy the discount. 2, you earn a bonus on the total turnover of your team. 3, you earn a profit of about 20-25% if you sell to a customer. Your team members sell to their customers. This increases your total turnover. You earn a bonus on your total turnover, not just on your own turnover. So this tells you, talk to people, do the basics. Okay? Example, if you personally use, let's say 5,000 Rand worth of products, you have saved about 700 Rand because you buy the discount, give and take, depending which products you've bought. Okay? If you sell 5,000 Rand worth of products to customers, you'll earn about 900 Rand, give and take, depending on which products you have sold. I'm just showing the principle here. The values might vary a bit. If your team has a turnover of 60,000 Rand, and you do step 1 and 2, your total turnover is 70,000 Rand. You'll earn a bonus of 3,500 Rand at least. Okay? Probably bigger than that, but this is just the principle I want to show you. Take note, the first 2 steps, you only earned 1,600 Rand. But because you've got a team that made a turnover, you now earn much more. So back to the basics. 1, use the products. 2, get training and support. 3, talk to people. Get them to join your business. And 4thly, people who do not want to join, sell products to them. And your team members do exactly the same. Take note there. In this example, total income would be 4,400 Rand. This excludes the money you have saved yourself. Okay, just the principle. You see how simple it is. And that's what we'll get through tonight. It's a simple system, but you have to do the basics. Bonuses are determined according to total turnover. Each product counts a certain number of points. Each month the company looks at the end of the month what your total points are for that month, and it works the sliding scale. Here is a sliding scale. The points, if you turn over 250 points for the products, you get a 3% bonus, not in Europe or ever. And then you can see it's 500, you get a 5%, 500 gives 5%, 1,000 points, you get 10%. Now in rands values, I can give you an idea. The 250 points would be around 150 Rand. The 500 points would be about 400 Rand, give and take. 1,000 points would be about 1,000 Rand plus. 2,000 points would be about 3,000 Rand, give and take. 3,000 points would be like 5,000 Rand, even more. And 4,000 points would be like 12,000 Rand and even more. Okay? So it depends on your total turnover, where you are on this sliding scale. And this, every month you begin from the start. Here's an example. If you use 1 bottle 3NN, okay, 60 capsules, you use this for yourself. And you should sell 5 to 5 customers. People who didn't want to join. Take note, people who didn't want to join. You sell 5 bottles to them. PD for 1 bottle is 17. Your total turnover is 102 points. Okay, you're not any bonus yet, but you've made a profit already. Okay, you've got more than 100 points. This is important, this step. If you teach other people now to do exactly the same, like I said, keep it simple. Okay, all in 1 month, then the following things start to happen. Everyone starts a distributor. If you do 100 points, you are a qualified distributor. You must do at least 100 points, own use and or customers, to pick up the points of your team. Very important. You can be at 20,000 points in your team, but if you didn't do 100 points yourself, you're not picking up those points. To become a manager, you and your team must do a minimum of 500 points. 5% bonus, do at least 100 points. Okay, bonus will be around about 400 Rand to 500 Rand. Okay. Senior manager, you must do 1,000 points. 10% bonus, still, you must do at least 100 points. Your bonus will be more than 1,000 Rand. Executive manager, 2,000 points in a month. 15% bonus. Again, you must do at least 100 points. Bonus, 3,000 to 4,500 Rand. Director, you and your team must do a minimum of 4,000 points. 25% bonus. Bonus will be more than 10,000 Rand. Again, you must do 100 points. And it doesn't stop there. I'm not going to go through the details, but that's the next level, for example. There's the next level. As your team grows, again, back to basics, grow your team. Action plan. Daily success habits. 1. Use the products. 2. Attend next New Life meetings. Training. Then training. Ask your upline for help. Please ask your upline for help. Please. That's what they are there for. Okay? Don't just fade away. Contact your upline. Build your names list because you want to contact people. Contact people, arrange meetings. Arrange the meetings, okay? Invite the meetings to Zoom, so on. Follow up. After a B2 meeting, follow up. Help the people in the team to do exactly these things again. Okay? Help your team do these things. And know your next step. How to get there. I did show the steps before this slide. Know where you are. Know what the next step is. Ask your upline if you don't know. Use your upline.
But I mean, what he was busy with the basic things. So I mean, the first thing, obviously, that is dealt with already was the use of the products, and you learn how the products work. Obviously, if you use them yourself, and you become more enthusiastic if you find products that work. And that's really how we started, because our daughter Sophia was very sick, and she got great results for her sinus, her ear, nose, throat, all the infections she had. And that way Barbara basically just bought the stuff, she got better, and then everybody else knew that Sophia was sick. And when we lived in Queenstown in South Africa, and then they'd ask, your daughter was always sick, she now plays a bit of tennis, she runs around, she looks much better, what happened? And Barbara would tell them, and then they'll go and say, oh, well, my husband's got cholesterol problems, is there anything he can try? And then Barbara said, I'll find out for him. And then the next one would say, oh, my father-in-law's got high blood pressure, is there anything for him? So she was really just helping a lot of people, and more people started buying products basically because of her testimony.